Hi, and welcome back to That's Entertainment, the weekly entertainment show where we look at all the interesting entertainment news from last week, this week. Welcome to this special celebratory edition of the show where we will be sharing some of the very, very good news for film and TV show producers revealed in UK analysts' Purely Streamonomics recent report, An Industry Transformed. As reported by Screen Daily, fueled by the rise of streamers and in spite of production halts during the pandemic, global spend on film and TV production and licensing of new content by streamers, studios, and independents in 2020 soared by 16.4% year-on-year from $1.89 billion to $220 billion. And that number doesn't include acquisitions of library titles and back catalogue relicensing. The year-on-year increases in the market around the world vary, but they all saw impressive percentage increases highlighting the growing importance of global productions and global audiences. North America is up by 16.1%, Europe 11.8%, Asia 19.8%, Latin America a staggering 32.9%, Africa and the Middle East 46.3%, and Oceania 32.5%. So some major increases there. The ever-growing importance of the streaming services was confirmed once again as the top 5 spenders in the US were Disney at $28 billion, Warner Brothers at $20, Netflix at $15, Amazon at $11, and Fox at $11 also. The report also highlighted the rise of funded streamers, which many industry analysts believe that TV viewers will turn to more and more in order to augment their subscription-funded streaming services. Key players in the AVOD sector now boast some very impressive user numbers. Rotukin is at 55 million, IMDb TV is at 55 million, Roku is at 53 million, and Pluto TV at 49.5 million. There is an important and impressive caveat about those numbers. They exclude user-generated sites such as YouTube and the hybrid subscription and ad-funded platforms like Peacock and soon HBO Max. Purely Streamonomics also noted that the impressive global reach of major subscription-funded streaming platforms, having grown from 642 million subscribers in 2019 to 1.1 billion by the end of 2020. And even though some of these services are recently slowing down in their growth, the global SVOD audience is nevertheless a force to be reckoned with, and one that will only increase in the coming months and years as it builds to its 2025 expected 1.6 billion subscribers. Netflix is still the market leader in terms of active users, with 208 million subscribers. Amazon is in second place, with Jeff Bezos revealing recently that the 175 million of Amazon Prime's 200 million members watch streaming content on the platform. Third place goes to China's Tencent Video with 123 million, and Disney Plus is in fourth place with 103 million. 2 more Chinese platforms are in fifth and sixth place. IQI has almost 102 million subscribers, and Youku has 90 million. Behind them, there is Warner Brothers' HBO Max with almost 64 million. However, it's worth remembering that HBO Max expects to reach 150 million subscribers over the next 4 years as its global rollout gathers steam. Last week, it debuted outside of the US for the first time, launching in 39 territories in Latin America and the Caribbean. The report also highlighted the growing importance of smaller streaming platforms which have a significant impact on their local markets. These include the likes of Movistar Plus in Spain, Shahid VIP in the Middle East, which was recently committed to spending an additional $100 million per year on original content, and Scandinavia's Viaplay, which is second only to Netflix in Denmark, Sweden, and Finland. There was also good news for independent producers with TBI, Television Business International, noting that Purely reveals that twice as much money is spent around the globe co-financing and acquiring rights to independently made feature films and television programming. Indie content spending jumped by 25.3% year-on-year in 2020 and now accounts for 65.5% of the world's film and TV production activity. TBI also noted that the research also showed that in the US, the average budget across all new series, both scripted and unscripted, daytime and kids, was on the rise, and is now currently up by 16.5%. As Purely's founder and CEO Wayne Mark Godfrey concluded, now that the tables have well and truly turned, a domestic public service broadcaster or a local linear network should no longer be the main goal for an ambitious production business. I think the time has come for them to follow the money and take the biggest and best ideas, whether scripted or unscripted, to the streamers. Every year there's talk of the industry being on the cusp of peak television, and yet it's clear from our own business dealings that the streaming of films and TV shows is only now starting to reach escape velocity. Well, That's good news, Wayne, but I think it's very clear that there's never been a better time to be the producer in the market. There's never been more buyers and there's never been more demand. So very, very exciting time out there. What we have to fix, though, is licensing, which is a hot mess, the sale of content internationally, which is a hot mess, and the tracking of all marketing activities, which is also a hot mess. So lots of work for golden unicorns, and hopefully Groovy will be in that group at some point in the future. But it should be a very interesting future, and I think, exciting times. Anyway, this quick update. Back to you all shortly again soon this week. Remember, we publish both to LinkedIn and to YouTube. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. We do appreciate your comments and questions in the areas below. If there's something that you're feeling that we might be missing out in our show, do write in. We do listen. Thank you. Bye-bye.